What is up YouTube, LazeeLlama here, and here we are back with some more Bloobs once again, and I have made some pretty big progress. As you see, these are the stats we're looking at here. We did hit our 100 woodcutting, so we're ready to prestige that. I didn't want to do that without you guys, of course. Worked on a lot of other stats. We got our smithing up really high. Been working on fishing a lot lately. I mean, a lot of these stats you see up, our crafting was at 0. We did a little bit of imbuing. Imbuing was just to kind of tidy up the bank because we had a lot of different materials that could be converted into the slates. So I did that to free up some bank slots. I've been pretty full on bank. As you can see here, I have a ton of stuff to sell with you guys too. I didn't want to sell this stuff without you guys. We still have a pretty large collection of wood as I have not processed like any of that. We have a ton of arrows. Obviously that hasn't been processed because we haven't done anything with bow making or anything like that. And we would just be making arrows, so it really wouldn't condense things down at all. But the bank's looking pretty good. We did get this golden pickaxe, which is just a really rare chance while mining to get, and it basically is a level 1 pickaxe that is as good as a level 65 tier like weapon, so it's better than the 60 but not quite as good as a 70. So when we prestige that, that'll be awesome. This is just a bronze one, but we'll need that here when we prestige. And I've been collecting just like burnt food and stuff, just kind of holding on to things because, you know, if we can afford the bank space, why not? Anyways, I promised combat, so I'd like to go get into some combat. We do have some gear. We just have bronze gear, little crappy bronze weapons. We got these, some emerald necklace, or an emerald necklace and a diamond ring. I only had 1 diamond. I don't think I actually had the level to do the diamond necklace anyways, but those are going to give us the best possible bonuses that we can get there as well. But let's go sell this. I do need, I mean, we don't have a ton of weapons. We only have weapons. I actually think I can, I didn't mean out of sort. I could actually put that on though and sell those. I brought that out to sell because we're not going to be doing this for quite some time. I don't know if it matters where we sell it. We're going to run over here to the general store and sell it here. Like I said, don't think it matters, but if we just sell max of that, we can keep this because we will use that. And here's where we're going to make some good money. I mean, this whole stack sells for 261,000, and I don't think we need them for anything. They're literally just a wear, so might as well sell them. There actually might be a challenge to sell things. Was there a challenge to sell things? I think there was, but I think I did it. Yeah, it's not selling mini items, and it's not repeatable. You can't like put that back on, so we're good. It's a one-time challenge. So let's go ahead and sell all of those for quite a bit of gold. Yep, we're going to sell all of those. Going to do it to the rings as well. Sell max for a nice sum. And we're just going to kind of go through this all and make a ton of money. And these are going to be worth a lot. I'm right there, 300,000. This one's going to be 136. Not quite as many of those. There's 1.3 mil. Here's 1 point, almost 3 mil. And an 800k. Pretty good. We're up to 4 mil, which isn't bad. I'll probably end up buying probably just not sinew, feathers and stuff, worms and stuff cost. I can gather worms, I suppose, but it's fairly slow in the grand scheme of things. Not armor. Just quickly want to grab some weapons. I'm just gonna go on the scimitars here. I'm gonna grab the iron. The steel, which I could have made the iron. I have iron bars in the bank. I didn't have any steels, and I don't think we'll push past that. So let's grab that. Let's open up our challenges. Right now we are still on that chicken task. I have not moved on past that, so that's quite a shame. Where is that? Is that here? Yeah. Resume that. We're going to shut these off. I've been keeping total XP and soul binding XP on while I do other things. You can see I have 4 slots here. I don't think I had that with you guys either. Also, we got a decent bit of points. I could buy a 5th slot here, but I've been really working on trying to get my auto progression of this done so I can just start something and be done with it. So I think I'm going to get that, as painful as that is. And I just got to get that, and then I literally will never have to re-accept to the next tier ever again. So it's worth doing for me. We're going to get in there and do... realistically, gotta be jumping between them, so it's kind of hard to say. We're gonna be doing HP. Obviously, we'll do strength to start, and I could just one more thing to throw in here. And like obviously, there's all of these, but like restore hit points, do strength damage, I feel like that's a lot easier to come back and do. But let's throw it on and see how it goes. And then that teleports up here. I guess we could take a peek at that real quick, though, because they do the store in here. So there's going to be things we can buy in here with the points we're going to get from Beastmaster. But let's walk out onto the chickens. I know where they are. As you guys know, I've shown you guys before, you can open up your little Beastmaster book and click on the chickens, and you'll go right to the chickens. I said I knew where they were, and I went to the wrong spot. We'll throw it on strength here. So we do start slashing and hacking away. You guys see, we're going to start taking them down. We have good food on with auto eat, as you can see here. And we are doing strength damage. It's probably worth having this one on. We're going to get that 20 chickens, and we go to tier 2. And it auto accepts. That's what auto accept does. So basically, right now, all I have to do is accept specifically the 21, which is really, really nice. Pretty excited about that. I'd like the prestige here with you guys as well. Oh, we're done. Turn off our 3 times. Let's actually do that before we move on. Let's go into our prestige. We're going to reset our wood cutting. I don't think I need any more logs at this level for anything right now. And I will be able to get 2 times the XP. Auto wood cutting, which will advance to the next tree on its own if we want. Although with challenges, it's not really the best to do that anymore. That used to be the old way. I don't think that's super useful anymore. And then 10% chance to insta chop, which goes up as you level up, which is pretty cool. Definitely advances that XP. But now we're back to level 1, but we can get all the way up to 200 now. You technically can go over 100. I know there's been some confusion in the community in the past about that. And you can actually get things, but you're kind of just wasting the XP. Not really worth doing, I guess I should say. So we can teleport back up here. Talk to this guy. We got 1 task. We had 2 points. We're going to keep doing this one. Can't do these until our Beastmastery skill levels up. So grab another one of these. Is that just any cow? Yeah, cow. So we click him. We'll start working a cow. We need to take this chicken one off. Pop into here. Go over to Beastmastery. And throw cows on. And then again, pop that speed up. And just let us go at it, man. We're going to take down these cows. And we're going to get some more meat, which we can be used for cooking. I already have been leveling up my cooking. I think these are only used in cooking. Yeah, so I could either save these for prestiging, because they're good level 1 food. I think you can cook them both at level 1. Or just for challenges. Honestly, challenge equals challenge points, and challenge points equals progression. Once I get that last auto progression, I will definitely get the rest of, I think you can have up to 6 of these before I then figure out what else I want to spend things on. I think we can view our accuracy on these guys. I think this is versing these guys. So we're 50, technically less than 50% accuracy on these guys. And I don't know if we're using any, or taking any damage. But we have 1497, so just under 1500 of these. And you can see we're dropping these things super quick. I have not started leveling up my devotion, which is basically prayer. Will be worth doing, actually. It's pretty freaking good. You get a lot of extra XP doing things. Same thing with potions. Making potions is really useful. And I just slack on that. But 20 cows done. But it would be worth leveling this up. I have a decent bit banged from fishing because you get a lot of fish bones. So we can teleport back up here. We're already done with those. Talking to him, we can get the next tier. We're still kind of a baby. And I worry about it because we have like no strength and attack. I'm going to do one more crappy one. Which of course does make me swap it up. Let's go do one more chicken. And after this chicken one, these guys might be the harder tier. I'm not sure if, I don't know, I'm sure on the wiki it says what you can get in what tier. But let's throw it back on here. Try to get that 10 strength, I bet. And at 10 strength, I think we can go back to attack. I'm not too worried about getting to this gear. Equipping was 30 defense, so we're actually quite a ways off that. But we will definitely take the chickens down. But this is kind of what the combat is like in the game. And I really wanted to push through with the combat with you guys. We actually got that damaging one, which is pretty sweet. There's the 10 attack. So I'm actually going to slow this down. And we can swap over to our 10 strength. We can pop over. I don't know what that means. Is that auto switching? I don't know which one you have to change. But we change out that strength for attack XP. And then what's the attack challenge? Successful hits. I would assume we won't get strength damage. So we might as well throw the successful hits on. And there's another chicken down. But we can throw this on at 6 attack. And then the next one at 16, 26, 36. Basically every 10 levels from there. But we'll get back on those. And our accuracy on these guys, I guess it's the tiniest bit more, but not really any much better. I don't know if... I think our attack level should bring that up, right? It does. By the tiniest bit. Jeez. Your attack level don't do much. I guess that kind of has to only do a little bit when you can get 1,000 levels in something before you cap it. Alright, cool. Another Beastmaster dash done. So we're up to 6 points. Oh, I thought I could get this one. Why did that light up before? Didn't that look like it was lit up before? Alright, what are we looking for? We can't get this. Auto Beastmaster for 200. I don't know what that does. It doesn't tell us. A lot of these tell us. Superior enemies would be good. I'm going to assume Auto Beastmaster is the way to go. We could grab like melee starter pack. Oh no, that's it for when you prestige or something. That's pretty cool. We do get a leather cape out of there, but I could probably make a leather cape pretty easily. Auto E upgrades, like that's nice and all. Crit upgrades would be huge, actually. I guess I have to figure out what that does. Boss timers. I haven't really read through all this. I don't really know what we're looking for. Bone packs, I don't care about that. Depending on what the Auto Beastmaster does. Does it just come back and grab new tasks for me? It wouldn't switch challenges, obviously, but... alright, cool, here we go. There's these guys. That's not bad. So that's a goblins. We need to switch the chickens out for goblins. And then we can throw that back in hyperdrive and zoom on over to goblins. See what loot we can get from these guys. See, doing combat is going to fill the bank. I'm going to probably need to spend most of that money on bank slots. We are taking damage here. We do get keys. We actually have a lot of keys in the bank as well, which can be used to open up a chest. They're like fishing keys, I think. I don't know what's in them. But I've seen the chest, I believe, based on the key hint that it gives. This is Goblin Mines. There's going to be a chest in here. I think we may have opened that in the past. Oh, look at that. Bronze helmet. We might actually get some armor upgrades from these guys. I think in the game, if you go to Bestiary, you can do survive high skill count. I think you can see what things drop is what I'm trying to show you. Yeah, if you get enough kills, we have a 1% unlocked, which tells us it's max health and max hit points, I guess. You can end up getting their boss drop, or their drops from taking them down. We definitely are eating food on these guys, which is good. And once, like I said, we get 6 attack, which we are definitely above. We can move it to this guy. So this can be sold now. Our next one's going to be 16. Because that's 30. We do have the Mithril ones, so. Yeah, it's going to be 16. We're looking at the next one. Because I didn't buy any of the lower level stuff, which probably is worth it. The RuneScape player in me just thinks Scimitar is better for most of your combat early game. But realistically, in this, it doesn't mean that way at all. There's no breakdown Bastard being just a melee weapon. There's no like slash, stab, and crush kind of attributes. But we're moving up really, really fast in that. Again, I don't know at what point it'd be worth moving on to strength or defense again. Defense doesn't seem super necessary. We're not going through a ton of food right now. We will want to end up going and just camping something, even if we're not getting Beastmaster XP, just to get combat up. Just go farm chickens. I mean, we do get a decent bit of feathers farming chickens, so I may end up going and farming chickens out like between episodes, like just a kind of disgusting amount of them, to get like my defense caught back up or something if it falls behind here. We're getting successful hits here. Hit points still has not gotten there. We gain XP and hit points, and there is a challenge for hit points too, which is healing. We're healing a little bit, but I don't think that's massive. And there is another Beast Mastery done. It's going well. I think that's kind of what Beast Mastery is like. Is you just kind of repeat it. Our Beast Mastery is leveling up slowly. We don't have Beast Mastery up here though. that's kind of a harder one to work on. It would make sense to kind of get that fifth one going. It would allow us to, I mean, we're working on these. Sure, great and all, we're getting that Beast Mastery, but there's Beast Mastery XP we could have in there, which might be better than not as the HP right now. I don't know. It's hard to determine when you only have 5 things up there. Like, what do you work on? Successful hits, you could say, are better to wait for when we're hitting more consistently. I mean, defeating goblins makes a lot of sense, and using attack makes sense, but the other two are interchangeable. You kind of have to weigh that the best way that makes sense to you. But yeah, that's gonna obviously fill up the bank a lot more, and we can sell some of the loots that we get. But I think this is the chest that I was talking about, that fisherman's one. So let's actually check that out. Let me I could collect all this stuff, which actually is kind of a cool concept, but bank space, I'm telling you, is bad. It is a bad thing, the bank space. I'll show you. It's not terrible. We have a lot of money right now. I've been waiting to sell things for the episode, and I have a lot of wood I could process to make a lot more money, but it costs 30K for a bank spot right now. So you went 10 slots, there goes 300K, and then boom, but now it's 45K. So it goes up. It goes up a lot. But we can deposit all that stuff. Again, we're going to end up throwing all that in there realistically, because I'm not going to go probably straight into combat after this. But I want to check out these keys with you. Where are they? We go up to the search box. We can check them out. Search that key. And we have 59 of these guys. Okay, we get just from fishing around, so I'll get more when I go back to fishing. Fishing's what I've been working on. I forgot that was a shortcut. Fishing is what I've been working on here. Okay. This is actually a really good way to get worms and feathers, because those are terrible to get. They're pretty expensive. Golden hook doesn't... I actually don't know what it does. It does say it's used, but that's actually really nice. So I gotta make sure I keep those. Probably should get your resources back, because I spent a little bit of a sum of money on some before. I did sell a couple things through this whole process. But look at that. That ain't bad. There's other ones we can get, and I'll probably hoard them back up, and, you know, I'll probably open these ones. It seems like those are really the only things you can get from it. I'm sure there's some rarer things. That kind of gives you guys a real idea on the combat system. Obviously not ranged and magic. We still haven't touched devotion yet. But it kind of is what it is. But yeah, the account is going well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to show you guys. I do have a pretty high homestead level, and I've been keeping up pretty well on using things. And I'm actually curious, because I have like these magic trees. I have a ton of magic tree ones. Can I use those? And if so, how much woodcutting XP does it give? Oh, there's one other thing to show you guys too. I'm just going to go use one of these. I don't know why I took them all. I actually don't know where the tree one is. I always forget where they're at. It's this one here. I just want to do one and see how many levels I get. If a lot. I don't know. We actually can't even do the magic one. But if we just grow. Do I get like a bunch of levels? It should take like 15 seconds, so we'll speed up through it. Yeah, that is a super way to level your woodcutting bag up. So that's not a bad idea. I mean, I need to work on lower level logs and stuff too, but it does let you do that. I was worried it wouldn't let you use those because I prestige didn't have the woodcutting level. So that's a great way. I mean, that should get me to, I would assume, the level. I think it's 90 for these. Yeah, so it won't quite reach me there. But when we get to 90, we're going to have a ton of stuff banked. And these could get me back up to cutting something decent. I will need low level logs anyways, so I'm not too upset about it, but like not doing that anyways. But yeah, guys, other than that, I think you guys are pretty caught up on the progress. I'd like to get my combat up in between episodes to enough where we could try to adventure to that banana place again and see what that's about, but I don't know what we need for stats. I'm going to guess I want base 50s or up maybe. I don't really know. So I'm going to have to work on that. I got to keep working. Before I get into combats too much, I honestly don't think it's worth it till we can get more challenge stuff going. And to get more challenge stuff going, I need to do skilling. So skilling just seems like it's the better thing to do right now, because there's so many challenges that you can get from just skilling. I barely touch thieving. I barely touch imbuing, tracking. Now that I have some money for bank space, I may dive into that stuff a little bit more, and kind of put this combat stuff back on the back burner. So if not next episode, the episode after, we should be doing this. I just think that efficiency wise, it doesn't make the most sense. And I have our current tools equipped in here. I didn't even know you could do that, actually. And I keep these rods on me because I've been leveling it and I want to move on to the next one as soon as possible. So that is why that is like that. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please take a second, smack the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, guys. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.